Hey TVs, it's Psychic Bob. Well, look where I am. I'm at London Curry House. I'm just admiring the beautiful crystal chandeliers here. They're something awesome. Well, welcome to Friday. Hang out with me today. Well, I just put in my order for my lunch, and I'm just relaxing here in the lounge of London Curry House. They have this luxurious lounge with beautiful sofas and cushions. And I'm just curled up here, snug and comfortable, just enjoying this kind of gray day. Even though it's a gray day outside, it's kind of beautiful. You know, like I like all weather, you know, as long as I can attune to the energy of it, I'm good with that. By the way, I wore this scarf yesterday in my video. Many of you were saying, oh, Psychic Bob, we love that scarf. Tell us about it. Well, for those of you who may not have been here the last month, this was a gift from one of my subscribers and friends, might I add, Darlene Weinbrenner. She and her daughter Jackie knitted this scarf for me, and isn't it just beautiful? It's a rich, vibrant purple, and look on the ends here. They put on it beautiful patches. Let's see if I can turn this around here. At the end of the scarf, there are patches that are the seasonal pentagrams, the earth in its seasons, spring, summer, winter, and fall. Isn't that just beautiful? So now it's got a patch on each end. So there's one on that end of the scarf and one on that end. So I got two ends with pentacles. But this is like just my favorite scarf. I just got to tell you, you know, Darlene and Jackie, you guys, you don't know how much this gift means to me. I just luxuriated in it every day. The vibration is so high because, you know, it's made with love. And whenever something's made with love, you can feel the love in it. So not only do I have love, I've got the purple vibration, a sacred magical color. And I love it. After lunch today, we're going to talk a little later about the goddess. But I brought a book here that I thought I'd read a little bit from it to you. Because yesterday I did some readings about the days of power. And so many of you said how much you learned from that and enjoyed it. So I thought we'd talk about the ancient goddess today, that mystical concept of the great mother who is the goddess of the Wicca. So here's the chapter on the deities, and here's the section on the goddess. And it says, the goddess is the universal mother. She is the source of all fertility and endless wisdom and loving caresses. And as the Wicca know her, she is often of the three aspects, the maiden, the mother, and the crone, symbolized in the waxing, full, and waning moon. She is at once the unplowed field, the full harvest, and the dormant, frost-covered earth. She gives birth to abundance. But as life is her gift, she lends it with the promise of death. This is not darkness and oblivion, but rest from the toils of physical existence. It is human existence between incarnations. That's just a little bit. I could wax poetic for 6 hours. And we'll save a little of that for later. When we get home, we're going to look at the goddess and talk about ways to honor her, to connect with her. But right now, I think lunch is coming. Tubies, Nima is here and he's brought me a treat. Nima, what do I got here?
Here you have beautiful samosas with your honey mustard and tamarind chutney.
All right.
Potatoes and squid inside.
Oh, this looks great. So,
enjoy.
Thank you so much, Nima. I appreciate it. Yay! Oh my gosh, doesn't that look wonderful? Delicious samosas. The tamarind chutney, sweet peas, and sweet potato, or potatoes and peas. Oh, we're gonna dig into that. These samosas are amazing. By the way, for those of you who are curious, these are vegetarian. They're all potatoes and peas and pastry shell, and this is a mustard sauce and a chutney sauce. Absolutely delicious. I love it. All right, Tubies, they just brought my plate. Oh, it's really hot. You can hardly touch it. I have a plate warmer. Oh, keeps the food warm. It's a simple, elegant white plate, but it's got a beautiful banded design on the edge, which I think is elegant. I love understated elegance. That's just me, you know, but I think it's very elegant. Less is more, I always say. Got my new utensils. Got my tea. And back there, I think they're about to bring out my food. I think Nima's coming with my food. There he is. I think. All right, guys. I was right. It's coming my way. Ah, Nima.
have your beautiful dal tadka.
Dal tadka. Oh, it's
Indian dish, everyday consumed in India. Let's enjoy. And here have some basmati rice.
and basmati rice. Thank you so much, Nima. This looks wonderful. Oh my gosh, guys. PsychicBob's eating like royalty today. Well, there you go. Time to dig in. Nothing like basmati rice. Their rice, if you know anything about rice, different types of rice, they're really different. Rice has a distinct flavor and an aroma. This almost smells like it's like a little bit of a jasmine scent to it. It's just wonderful. And this amazing dal tadka is done with lentils and curry and I don't know what all they put in it, but it is amazing. And so traditionally you take dal and you pour it over rice, and that's how it's eaten. There you go. Bon appetit. Let's dig in. Ooh, it's hot. Dal and rice constitute a complete protein. It's very nutritious for you. And by the way, today's lunch is all vegetarian. So there you go. The best. Tubies, that was a great lunch. I had the best time. I'm outside here, London Curry House. If you're in Alexandria, Virginia, I highly recommend it. One of my fave restaurants. Now, I think we'll head on home. So come on along. Well, Tubies, here I am. I'm back home. Had a great lunch today. And as I said earlier, today we're going to talk about ways to work with the goddess. A lot of you have been writing to me saying, PsychicBob, we're so inspired by your Wiccan faith, your mystical, spiritual life. We'd like to learn how we can do that. And one of the things that I tell beginning Wiccans is you want to honor the goddess. Find a way to make the goddess a part of your everyday life. I think one of the best ways to honor the goddess is to think of her often, to be reverent, and if you can, set up a shrine to her. For those of you who haven't been here before, I have a life-size goddess statue in my house. This is about 6 foot tall statue. I have dedicated her as the goddess Isis. Now, you might say, well, she doesn't look like the Isis I know. Well, their Isis comes in many forms, and this is Isis in her Greco-Roman form. In ancient Greece and Rome, the goddess Isis was worshipped, but she was given a more Greco-Roman look. Hence, she's wearing the traditional Greek robes and veil. And so I've, over in one corner of my apartment, set up a little shrine to her. And I have here a table with her mirror. This is the moon mirror to represent her as moon goddess. And I have her here. And right now I'm working on setting up a more permanent shrine that's going to be in a different room in my house. But till that's done, I've got her stored over here. Isis is known as the goddess of the Order of the Purple Cord, an eclectic Wiccan order that I head. And as goddess of the Order of the Purple Cord, I've made a beautiful purple cord here for her to wear. And she wears it draped around her like a stole, as you can see here. One of the things you want to do if you want to honor the goddess is periodically make offerings to her. Now, I'm fortunate that I have a life-size statue here. It's literally a 6 foot tall statue. And so one of my ways of offering is that I make clothes. So I make beautiful Greco-Roman outfits. I made this outfit for her. And as you can see, it's got a beautiful veil. It's a full-length dress and veil. And these are not expensive to make. It just takes some creativity. Now, let me just say this before we get into this. Do not, please, put yourself in debt to worship your gods. The gods, at least in the pagan tradition, do not require that. What they'd rather have is simple things done with love rather than great extravagance that puts you in stress and debt and bankruptcy. So give you an example of this. One of the gifts that I recently gave to the goddess, as I said, one of the ways to work with the goddess is to make offerings. I recently acquired this beautiful jeweled pendant. Now, if you look at that, it looks like it's made of diamonds and sapphires. Isn't that just beautiful? Very much an Art Deco piece. But I purchased that at Hobby Lobby in the craft jewelry department. And I think it looks as fine as something out of Tiffany's or Harry Winston. And anyways, I didn't even have a silver chain for it. I do want to buy a silver chain for the goddess. But in the meantime, I had this beautiful silver satin cord that was in my craft kit. And so I strung the pendant on silver satin, and it looks perfect with her outfit here. So I made this offering of this jewel to the goddess, and she wears this as one of her pendants. So you see, I didn't spend, I think this pendant honestly cost me about $8. It's not cheap, I mean, because, you know, $8 is a good amount of money, but still, for the beauty of it, I think it's just spectacular. It's got marquise set, look like blue sapphires, and then, you know, round pointed zirconias that look like diamond studs. And it's set in an Art Deco kind of rectangular setting. So this is a beautiful offering, and I think the goddess approves. I saw her smile when I put it on her the other day. So you see, if you get a statue like this, you can actually, you know, give gifts to the goddess. It's a way to honor her. Now, just so you know, these life-size statues are not that expensive. I think I paid $60 for this entire statue. I mean, that's not cheap, but really what a lot of times larger statues, I've seen miniature statues that run for $100 that are like 12 inches high. This is actually a mannequin. If you search on YouTube for mannequins, life-size mannequins, you can find them, and they're not that expensive. So I think I paid $60, and look how beautiful she is. I mean, she's got full body, arms, full body, I mean, everything. Look at her face. Look at her beauty. She has inset glass eyes that look absolutely lifelike. And so, you know, you want to create this form as beautiful as you can because you're calling in the spirit of the goddess. Now, somebody's going to say, you're an idolater. No, we're not. We recognize that this is a form, okay? But we also believe in the Wiccan tradition that our forms can be kind of like telephones. Like, you know, you pick up your cell phone and you talk to your mom. You don't worship the cell phone, you know. You don't honor the cell. You honor your mom who you talk to. And the same with statues. My view, at least, and some Wiccans may differ, but I see this statue as a statue. But the spirit of the goddess connects through it. So it takes me into her realm. And that's how I see it. So it's like a tool to help me connect. So when I make offerings here, it's actually traveling almost like a telephone to the goddess. Okay? So, as I said, this is one of my offerings. Beautiful pendant. And I offered her the clothes and the cord. And today we're going to make some more offerings. So, stay with us. Now, right here in front of my goddess, I have a beautiful little table that I've set here in front of her. And on it is an offering tray. I might encourage you, if you do this sort of practice, to have a little bowl or a tray that is set aside exclusively for offerings. This is an a vintage Waterford crystal tray. And I thought it would be a beautiful tray for offerings. Now, traditionally, when you make offerings to the goddess, it's traditional that you do them in odd numbers, which are goddess numbers. So you'd either offer 1 item, 3 items, or 5 items, or 7 or 9, or as many as you want in odd numbers. But I'm offering today 3 items. So what are our offerings to the goddess? Well, first thing I'm offering her is a purple cord. Because she's goddess of the purple cord, I'm giving her a wrist cord to wear today. As you know, many of you in the Order of the Purple Cord, our Wiccan order, wear a purple wrist cord. I wear a purple wrist cord on my wrist to honor my work and membership in the order. And so since she's goddess of our order, I wanted to give her a beautiful wrist cord. So I prepared a purple wrist cord for her today. Because my goddess seems to really like jewelry, I can feel her excitement. I also bought her a beautiful jeweled bracelet. Now, this also is made of cubic zirconia. It is not real diamonds, though it looks like real diamonds. It is set in platinum. I tell you, the fakes today are just as nice as the real ones. I swear they are. And again, like I said, you don't have to put yourself in debt. The gods, in fact, don't want you to do that. So this bracelet, I think I paid literally about $7 for it. And isn't it just beautiful? Another Hobby Lobby find. Okay. And another Hobby Lobby find, which I love that store. That's a great store if you're looking for deity items. Is this amazing and exotic. It looks like an opal pendant. Have you ever seen a fire opal? Well, this looks like an opal. Blues and greens and purples and silvers. And it's surrounded by rhinestones. Again, not diamonds. Let me put it down here on the thing. You can see it. But isn't that just an amazing pendant? Can you guys see that? It just glows like an opal. And as you tilt it, you see how the light plays in it? Again, this pendant, I think, cost me about, this one was about $5 for this. So you see, for $5 for that pendant, $7 for that bracelet, and I think I got a whole skein of purple yarn for $3. So $3, $7, that's $10, and like $4 or $5. So $15. That's all I spent. What beautiful offerings we've got, though, for the goddess. Now, to make an offering, you can be as simple or as elaborate as you want. Some people feel that when you make an offering, you should purify the offering with incense. So we could have incense set up here and burning, but I don't really feel like I need to do that because I believe because these are new, they're already pure. And I believe that any item that comes in contact with deity is automatically purified. So I'm not going to do a big complex offering today, but today I'm going to simply set these before the goddess and issue the following prayer. Great Mother Goddess, Isis, Queen of Heaven, Queen of the Cosmos, Blessed Mother of all, I bring to you today the simple and humble offering. I bring it before your divine presence, asking you to please accept my gifts. I give these to you with love in my heart and in thanksgiving for your ever-present guidance and blessings. May you accept this humble offering, gracious Queen. So mote it be. Then to complete the offering, you might wish to adorn your statue or image with the gifts. So I put this beautiful opal pendant around the goddess's neck, and you can see she's wearing it. I think she likes it. She has a gleam in her eye. So there's her beautiful new opal pendant. And now you can see I've tied this beautiful purple cord around the wrist of the goddess. Here's her beautiful hand. And I would recommend that when you're cutting the cord, that you cut it a little long. Now you have the option of just letting it hang down, or you can trim it off. I'm going to trim this off a little bit so it looks neater. Okay, so there we go. I've trimmed off the cord. And now she has a nice, neat wrist cord. Isn't that beautiful? So there you go. Blessed be, great goddess. All right. And there we go. We've slipped on her beautiful jeweled sparkling bracelet. So now she has her beautiful cord as well as her bracelet. There's no order you can put these in. I could have put them on first. I may switch them around. I think the cord, well, I don't know. I'll just leave it like it is for now. We'll let the goddess decide. But as you see, she has these beautiful bracelets. So I think that our gracious goddess is pleased. Goddess, I hope that you will enjoy these gifts that we bring to you. Thank you for your presence in our lives. Hail, Isis, hail. So there you go, guys. This is a way to make offerings to the goddess. I would really encourage you, if you're really looking to develop a relationship with the goddess, you might want to invest in a statue, because when you have a statue like this, it allows you to feel her presence. It gives you a place to focus your prayers and devotion. And it's a lot of fun to make offerings. You know, I go out shopping and I think, what would the goddess like? You know, what a great way to live, because not only do you have fun, you cultivate within yourself the gifts of the spirit of generosity, the spirit of gift giving. And this will make you a better person as well, because you'll want to give. And when you give, you're blessed in the process. Oh, and by the way, I know some of you are going to say, what's that purple thing on your head? Well, when I come to the altar of the goddess, I like to wear a veil. It's an ancient, well, it's actually a Roman tradition to wear the veil when approaching the temple. Now, just so you know that in ancient Rome, this is a Roman goddess, the Roman form of Isis, men as well as women wore the sacred veil. So as a priest of Isis, as a servant of the goddess, I wear the veil when working at her altar. I did a whole video on veils, so if you search the word veil, V-E-I-L, in my video file, if you go to the videos, there's a little thing you can search for videos, you can find that video. You can learn more about the veil. But today I am wearing my purple veil as high priest of the Order of the Purple Cord, and as a priest of the Great Mother Isis. So I would encourage you also, if you do altar work, you might want to explore wearing the veil. It's not mandatory, but it's a tradition that I find helps me be more reverent. So there you go. Well, guys, thank you for being here today. I hope this has given you some inspiration and insights to worship of the great goddess. Now, you don't have to worship Isis. You can worship any form of the goddess that you want. This is just one form. Maybe you worship Bridget, maybe you worship Hecate, maybe you worship Kali or Lakshmi. They're all forms of the goddess. So whichever form you honor, have fun with it, enjoy it, get to know her. Her divinity is amazing. I feel so blessed. And I hope you're blessed today as well. Listen, help me out, please. Like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe. I'd love you to be part of our channel if you're not already. So make sure to hit that bell so you get notices and updates. You guys are the best. I'm so glad you're here. Well, listen, be back here tomorrow, because on Saturday, what's Saturday? We're going to have our Saturday seance. So we'll have something fun. Make sure to be here. Till then, guys, I just want to tell you I love you. Blessings to all of you, and may all of you be richly blessed by the goddess.